Let's have some fun. Welcome and good afternoon. My name is Shane, and today we're going to have some fun listening to some great music. It is Thursday. You know what day it is. It's Thursday as you're watching this, or as I'm posting the video. You maybe watch it some other day, but it's Thursday as I'm posting the video, which means we are continuing with Queen of the Murder Scene from The Warning. Just to give you a little bit of background, if you are coming into this video first, I recommend you pause here, go to the Warning playlist, and listen to these songs in the order that I posted them because I'm listening to Queen of the Murder Scene. It's in its entirety, song by song, and all of these are live at Lunario in Mexico City. For the first time on the channel, I decided to take a full album and react to one song a week. And it was The Warning. The Warning is just as a group, The Warning is like right in my wheelhouse, the kind of music that I normally listen to. And they were new to me, so I hadn't really heard much. Well, there's a little asterisk on that because I had heard their version of Enter Sandman many years ago, and then I kind of forgot about them for a while, and then stumbled back upon them. So it's been great to see a lot more from them. They're producing this Queen of the Murder Scenes from a few years back. They have a new album that should be out shortly, and so even once I'm done with this, there's going to be some more stuff to listen to, some newer stuff that I have been putting off, and it's kind of like it's been tough to not listen to the new stuff because I want to listen to this first and then go back and listen to some of the new stuff. So I definitely have more in the works for that. Uh, but in any event, so every Thursday I'm posting a new video. We are in chapter 3 of Queen of the Murder Scene, and it's been quite a ride so far. And now, one thing I will say, you may remember that I have listened to this song before. I listened to Dull Knives, but I listened to another version of it in the studio, maybe. And so normally I wasn't going to re listen to songs or react to songs that I'd already heard in this album. But I decided since all the others were live at Lunario that I should probably go ahead and listen to that version, which I have not reacted to yet, even though I heard the song uh, quite a while ago. Quite a while ago. The other advantage is that now I get to hear the song kind of fresh in the perspective of the rest of the album, if that makes sense. So I heard this as a one-off in the studio, and I loved it, absolutely loved it. Now I get to hear it in the context of the album, if that makes sense. And again, live at Lunario, I've not seen this version of it. So, yes, so I'm reacting to basically the same song by the same group again, but this is going to be a fresh version to me. And I get to listen with fresh ears, I guess, this time around. And as I said, I've been listening in between. I've been looking at the lyrics and that kind of stuff. This is going to be what you're going to see is my initial reaction to this. First time listening to this version, though. So, but in between weeks, I will go back and re-listen to stuff I've reacted to on the channel and delve into the lyrics a little bit to get caught up. But I like to listen to the songs fairly fresh, so I kind of give you a that perspective upon first hearing. I've talked a lot. In any event, if you want early access to these kinds of songs, so this is getting released on YouTube on a Thursday. The video would have probably been on my Patreon last weekend, so Saturday or Sunday, probably Sunday. So you would have early access to songs like this on my Patreon, and that patrons at a certain level get access to songs that aren't on YouTube at all. So I'm going through the Beatles catalog, album by album, song by song. That's only on Patreon. You can't find it on YouTube because they get blocked. Even the audio gets blocked. So there's no way around that. If you want to support the channel in another way, you can go over to sjor.com, pick up your Let's Have Some Fun merchandise, And it's a way to support the channel and get a little bit back for yourself in return. And have a shirt that nobody else is going to have because I made this design myself. And if you don't want to support the channel in any of those ways, if you're just here along for my ride as I listen to Queen of the Murder Scene, I know there are a lot of you out there. Welcome. And thanks for continuing this journey with me. So, all of that said, let's hear this song again, but this version with the fresh ears of hearing it in the context of the rest of the album. Let's have a listen.
¡Estamos listos, Ciudad de México! ¡Manos arriba! The rush that's in my veins, I can't control that. Tell me why. This voice that's in my head is getting stronger. Tell me how. Aching in my bones is taking over. Tell me why. My blood ain't feeling great. I'm freaking out. Feeling for nothing at all.
Love that.
Cause I found out all night, cause better don't know what's going on. Don't know what I'm feeling anymore. Needles piercing through my brain, slowly increasing the pain. I'm blocking roads is what's keeping us The true things keep on slipping through my fingers. Tell me why. It's ripping off my skin, can't take it back now. Tell me how. Am I supposed to understand or only tell me why? I hate to live like this, can't save me now. Feeling for nothing at all. I found out all nights got better. Don't know what's going on. Don't know what I'm feeling anymore. Needles piercing through my brain, slowly increasing the pain. I'm blocking roses, but keeping us lost.
Love it. Yes. All right. Wow. Okay, so yeah, okay, now in the context of the rest of the album, I kind of can see where things are going here. There's a lot of talk of um, still that split in the personality, from what I'm gathering, and who's this taken over me, right? And then that with the dull knives, which is a pretty adult theme, I guess, for a song. And it's amazing that they came up with this at the age that they are. But what I'm gathering out of it is, if the dull knives, when you cut yourself with a dull knife, it's like there's more pain involved. So it's there's like self mutilation, or I don't know if it's suicide or what, or just hurting yourself. But that's a pretty adult concept for the album. And it's interesting to see this. As I said, now I have a little bit better perspective on this, hearing it with the rest of the songs that have led up to this point. let me know. Am I interpreting this correctly? I seem to have been pretty close so far on most of the songs I've listened to in terms of what was going on. It's always harder to listen to a song for the first time and get it right away, but so I kind of try to pick up bits and pieces. But now with the rest of the context of the earlier songs, that seems to be what's going on here. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. This song is just uh, it's still a great song. I loved it when I first heard it. I still love it, and a really great song. And it definitely, and I don't remember if I said this in the first video or not, but if I didn't, um, this definitely gave me that those 80s riff vibes. Some of those guitar riffs in there were just kind of brought me back to growing up and listening to like heavy metal or rock music. So or harder rock music at least. So it was cool to see that. I don't know if they intentionally gave that nod, or if that's just, it seems to kind of just be the style that they have, which is really neat to see the new next generations that are coming up kind of performing in that way and giving off that vibe because it makes me a little nostalgic for those days on the one hand, but also it's a fresh take on it, and so I really love what they're doing with the fresh sound that they have, while still having some of those reminders of the what I say is like the 80s rock era, if you will, or 80s heavy metal or that kind of thing. So I don't know. I've loved going on this journey. I'm glad I listened to this in the context of the rest, and the live version was just killer. Also, killer. um, funny little funny little call out, especially the name of the album and all of that. But anyway, with all of that said, thank you for coming on this journey with me. Leave some comments down below. If you like the video, click the like button. Lets me know that you like it, and also gets more people to see it. More people need to be listening to this album, I think. And these girls need to get more recognition because they are so talented. With all of that said, again, thank you so much for stopping by and going on this journey with me. Stay with us for next Thursday, where we will continue with Queen of the Murder Scene. And until next time, have a great evening.